Yeah, we're talking about AI today. You had something on, you said you had something on AI music production.
I did. I wanted
I
to
did
show
too.
you.
Want me to show you first?
I
AI
feel like
music
you might
production?
steal my thunder, but go ahead. Let's see.
I doubt it. Mine is like
Oh,
just a little clip
okay, go ahead.
of this dude talking to his,
Oh, I have to show you something else too. Yes, go.
he's just, it's not, in fact, I'm not sure if I would even qualify it as music production as such, if that makes any sense. It's more like, well, I'm doing you now. Let me just
I don't mind a nice explanation once in a while, you know?
Hey, I want to play some music. Can you start with the drums?
The drums are playing.
Can you play just the kick?
The kick-only loop is now.
Let's bring in the acoustic guitar.
The,
And the bass.
the bass is now playing.
Okay, I'm liking this. Surprise me with some more elements to bring in.
I've added a rich, melodic bass chord progression and a melodic acoustic guitar chord.
Let's start the lead vocals, the background vocals, and the electric guitar.
The lead vocals, background vocals, and electric guitar are all playing now.
Let's go to section 1.
One is playing.
Now play section 4.
Section 4 is playing.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
find that would have like a real world application, like for
I'm
several
not
things.
I exactly call that music production because I don't know how those sounds were entered into his program. So those could be that could be all stuff that he'd done on his own and the program is just
Yeah.
putting it together.
But that's still it's still cool. It's like an assistant. It's like, like if you're playing, and it's also a teaching, it can teach people how to put together beats, like how to put together a music production track, like all the elements that go into it and stuff. I'm not mad at that. It's kind of cool. It's like I don't
I don't
know.
know if it would teach you, but yeah, it
Well,
does make
yeah, if
it
you're showing somebody, if
easier.
you were like, somebody was like, what are all the, sounds you used or whatever, he's isolating them in real time and he's showing, I think that's pretty cool. A lot of people don't even know, what a hi-hat is or whatever. And it's just, I think that's a cool moment.
Yeah, those people shouldn't be making beats.
Well, they might be just learning how to make beats, or they
Yeah,
might be lyric people
yeah,
that want to learn how to make beats.
again, that's way too advanced for somebody that doesn't know what a hi-hat is. Anyway,
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 so that
so
actually
yeah.
goes, it falls pretty good, well in line with what I wanted to show you.
Mhm.
Hi, my name is Fernando Perdomo. I am a record producer and singer-songwriter currently living in Los Angeles, and this might be the most important video I ever post. My job is in jeopardy because of AI, and I say that with some crazy emotions going right now because I'm equally offended as I am impressed. But AI music creation software has now reached its pinnacle, and I am honestly blown away by what I'm about to show you.
Yeah, doubt it's at its pinnacle,
So
but all right.
I know, right?
there's this program called Suno, and it's a program that a lot of people use to create AI music. And the usual way you do it is you type in the lyrics, and you put a prompt, and it creates a song. Well, it has a new feature. The new feature is hum a tune, tap out a beat, or sing a melody. Well, I'm going to now show you an abridged version of my song called California Moon, which is one of my fan favorite songs. And it was recorded, it was actually covered by Pat Sansone of Wilco and Autumn Defense, one of the most beautiful voices ever. But here's an abridged version of the song. I'm going to do a verse and chorus. Instead of dancing in the dark, let's go out tonight. The moon is shining bright. Let's go out tonight. California moon is shining, shining on you. California moon is shining, shining on you. Oh, shining on you.
Necessary.
Press stop. Now I'm going to paste in the lyrics. And I'm just going to hit create. Let's count together. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 10 seconds. This is what it created in 10 seconds.
Instead of dancing in the dark, let's go out tonight.
I'm not faking this. This actually just happened.
Shining bright.
Fully produced.
Let's go out tonight. California moon.
It caught all the chord progressions. A minor, back to G.
Shining on you.
That's nice.
California moon.
Now let's do the B minor.
Shining on you.
There's the B minor.
Oh,
Now, are you ready for the death punch?
shining on
In that 10 seconds, oh, I love that. That was very Eagles. In that same 10 seconds, it created 2 versions. Version 2.
Instead of dancing in the dark, let's
Damn.
go out tonight.
Wow.
The moon is shining bright.
Why would anybody need a producer?
Let's go out
Don't need him.
tonight. California
I need a bang.
is shining,
Look at his face.
shining on
I'm
you.
gonna let this one play out. I don't even know what's happening,
California
but this is great.
I don't even know what's happening.
shining on you. Oh,
Yeah. Oops. He said, "Do you see my eyes dying?"
He said that?
Yeah, when he was going out, when was that?
Wow, now that is music production. That's not what I was doing.
Right.
No,
I
what I
know
was
that
showing you was a whole, yeah, that's literal music production right there.
it produced it's a fully produced record.
Different versions of it
Fully-
too.
Yeah. In 10
I
seconds.
like the second version actually better than the first one.
Me
which
too.
is-
I liked it too. Yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's crazy.
Wow. Oh my God. And I mean, I didn't necessarily like the song, but I don't know how good it is. I mean,
You can do any song that you wrote.
you
See,
do
I
that on-
have a song.
can you do that on Suno right now?
Yeah. And so I have a song that I wrote that I have a demo, like a scratch demo that I could play. I could put it in Suno and have it redo it. But the reason I didn't do that right now is because I was having ChatGPT do the lyrics, and ChatGPT 5 sucks so bad that it just wouldn't do the lyrics. I'm going to check right now and see what
I
its
mean,
answer
do the
is.
lyrics.
Like, just type them out for me so I can paste them in there, so I didn't have to paste them, type them out myself because I couldn't find the file.
Oh,
But it says, let's see if it did it. Nope.
let's see
That's
what did what.
crazy. Huh?
I don't understand. You're asking ChatGPT to get
Just
the
to type out the lyrics
lyrics.
of a song that I wrote that I have recorded a scratch demo, and I was going to do that in
I'm trying to
live.
understand. You don't have the words to the song?
No, and I couldn't find the file. It was from, I don't know, 2011, something like that. But I know them, but I just don't feel like typing them out. I have an AI for that. Like, what the hell?
I don't understand.
Well, you don't understand what? Okay, so what he did is he pasted the lyrics,
Who's he?
the guy we just watched.
Uh-huh.
He pasted the lyrics into Suno,
Mhm.
and Suno can record off of a scratch demo that you have, like whatever.
But
And
he sang the song too.
Right, but I have a demo. I can still play it for the same thing,
So
you
you
know?
want to put the demo in and you want to enter the lyrics.
Yeah, and I want to see what
So
it
you
comes
have the
up with.
demo and you put the demo into ChatGPT, but ChatGPT won't give you the lyrics.
There you go.
But you don't know
Because
the lyrics,
ChatGPT
or you
5
don't,
sucks.
or
I know them.
there's
I just
must be a
don't.
lot of lyrics or something that you don't want to type them in.
It's not, but it's not gonna. We're not gonna do it in real time right here. You know, like I let it play over. I let gave ChatGPT all night to do it. I was like, okay, I'll check this morning. No, so there's that.
Okay.
Anyway, but I thought that was pretty interesting for music production as a whole. Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
wonder
a
what it would do
trip.
with like rap
I want to
lyrics or
go in
something.
there and like kind of sing one of my old songs and see what happens to it.
You should
You know,
definitely do that.
that's kind of a trip. That's a
It,
trip.
hella a trip. I did do a poem that I wrote, and I had it. I just was checking the new model of Suno, and it turned my poem into a song. It's all right.
What is Num or the musicians that you're around? What do they think of it?
That's funny because we actually ended up speaking about this on the radio yesterday because there was an AI guy there, like randomly, who does music supervision for Tyler Perry. And I asked him if he used AI for that, and he said not yet, but he uses it for everything. He's like, I'm never going to make songs the same way again since the Suno model came out. So he was super into it. Numb, on the other hand, was just like, oh, it's over. It's over. Like he was like, it's over. And I'm trying. I understand. I understand. I don't think it's over. It still
No,
needs us, but
no, I
it
don't think it
is
needs
for
us at all.
producers, for
But I
people that are
think,
like
but I think
engineers.
that. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I
Listening.
was just saying, like for people that are engineers or like, beat makers, as we call them, as opposed to producers, there's like a difference. Neither is better than the other, but one is more digital. The beat maker is more digital. It's less, but I don't know if that matters. Actually, I think they're both now put in the same category and it can be replaced with this if it's done right, if you have the right tools. I don't think it's,
Well, ever since they've let us have use of electricity, um, it's encroached on the area of the musician.
oh, because,
Oftentimes, musicians have been able to work with it and overcome, whatever. The introduction of the electric guitar, for example.
mm,
But once synthesizers came out, a lot of things changed. Once synthesizers came out, there were fewer bands.
right, right,
Before
right.
the synthesizer, it was always there was a band. It was like 12 people on stage, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Horns,
yeah, yeah.
everything, you know what
You
I'm
had to
saying?
have to record, you had to have live rooms, like a huge room with that
Um,
could fit
well,
all
when
these
I'm not
instruments.
talking about, yeah, I'm
You're
not,
talking about live music.
yeah, yeah. No, no, I'm talking about music, making music.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
To make a certain sound, you needed more members to make that sound. When the synthesizer came into being and electronic drum machines, a lot of drummers felt the heat from this. When they like when what was it back then, Lin 9000 or something, like when the first drum machines were coming out,
Hmm.
drummers were feeling the heat, and they were talking about the difference between um, timing being exactly perfect and precise, and whereas a drummer
Hmm.
is there's a natural sort of, it's
More
not always
raw. There's like a
exact and
rawness.
perfect,
Yeah, yeah.
so the music
There's
would
a vibe
sound
to
a
it.
little more sterile. And as we continue on with this, I mean, I think I personally think there will always be real music, always,
Hmm.
because people express themselves creatively. It's just, it is what it is.
That's kind of what Num was saying when they were asking, like, would you use it? He was like, I am the artist. Like I'm the artist.
I make
So,
art,
right.
so just because somebody else paints doesn't mean everybody else stops painting. So just because AI starts making music doesn't mean everybody else stops making music. There will be some artists that incorporate a bit of it into their music. There will be other artists that use it entirely, that depend on it. And it's going to be interesting to see how this
I'm,
plays out.
right. And what's a trip is that Suno is
Oh,
the company that Timberland works at. That he's like,
right, we were talking about him before.
yeah, yeah. And
Now,
so,
Also, interestingly, as this progresses, there'll probably soon be complete AI songs from start to finish.
Yeah,
And the question about that is promotion and how all that stuff goes, which brings me to what
that's
I'm gonna show you
interesting.
this
Yeah.
and trip you out. Because there rumors that Spotify has been pushing AI artists. So there's
That's
not
weird.
only I know, right?
Because you always think of like a core fan base, like who are like these are new fans, or is
Well,
it bots listening
if
to
they end up
bots?
if they end up with an AI that makes I don't see right now that an AI could be a band with a specific sound and make consistent records using that sound the same way like when I don't know 2020 Tony comes on or Duran Duran or Isley Brothers like those bands their sound as soon as they start Corn you know what I'm saying I don't know
Mhm.
the AI is there yet where they could create that whole situation scenario but
I'll play you
um
something next, and you
from
can tell
James
me
Lee,
your
he says
thoughts.
not only was that
I said I'll play you something next, and you can tell me what you think.
right? Not only has Spotify been covertly pushing AI artists to reduce royalty payments to real human artists, that extra profit is now being poured into an AI military startup that will profit off bombing babies.
Oh,
You don't hate these people enough.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
There's apparently a band called Velvet Sundown on Spotify, and it was supposedly formed by singer and Mellotron player Gabe Farrow, guitarist Lenny West, and Milo Raines, as well as a quote free-spirited percussionist Orion Rio Del Mar. According to reports, none of them have ever been interviewed, nor do they have, quote, a single shred of internet presence. In other words, they might be an AI generated band. But shockingly, they have almost 500,000 monthly listeners, which is kind of bizarre. And I think I figured out what's going on. So, according to this new book called The Mood Machine, Spotify has allegedly been promoting ghost artists in order to not pay royalties to real artists. Allegedly, Spotify has a secret program called the Perfect Fit Content, which involves a network of affiliated production firms and a team of employees secretly creating low budget stock music and playing them on Spotify's curated playlists. It says here more than 150 playlists with titles such as Deep Focus, Cocktail Jazz, and Morning Stretch were populated entirely by PFC content. The author writes, quote, "In doing so, they are effectively working to grow the percentage of total streams of music that is cheaper for the platform." Makes total sense from a business perspective, and in fact, PFC has reportedly become Spotify's biggest profitability scheme. And the quote unquote scheme is working so well that just a few days ago it was announced that Spotify's CEO has just invested $1 billion into an AI military startup. So while we're all paying $13.99 a month to listen to the quietly spellbinding Velvet Sundown, what we're actually doing at the same time is funding dead babies. Let me know what you think of all of this, and of course, follow me if you want to support a real human journalist.
Yeah, that's messed up. That's messed up. I don't even, of course, bombing the babies, that part is messed up. But what's dirty is what Spotify is doing. Because what I believe they're
Was it dirty?
doing, huh?
How's it dirty?
It's dirty because they can manipulate everything. So it's not just creating the
Right?
band.
Who can manipulate everything and what is everything?
Spotify,
Okay,
Spotify.
what do you mean manipulate
What I mean is that they can force monthly listeners by way of bots. So it'll make it look like there's like all these people listening, and so then the algorithm pushes
What do you
it, and
mean force monthly listeners?
they can make bots to create plays and leave comments and save to playlists, which pushes the algorithm to push the music more, which pushes humans who see and think, oh, everybody loves that song. I'm going to get it too, which creates revenue for Spotify.
I'm not following all that.
What
I
do you
mean,
mean?
they could and just change the number of views. Why would they have to do
Well,
all
I
that?
don't think I don't think they do that because I mean,
I know. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but if they could do that, then they would just change the number of
I don't
views.
think that, no, I mean, they want people to like interact with these bots and have comments and make it seem like there's like real conversation going on. They do it on every platform. Like there's hella bots.
Yeah,
I
but
just think that's dirty. Like it's like,
okay, so if I have a music streaming platform and there's
mhm.
some music that I can play and get paid, I mean, some music I get paid to play that costs me nothing, and some music I get paid to play that cost me something,
Hmm.
obviously I'm going to gravitate towards the ones that don't cost me anything. If Spotify can figure out a way to make their whole shit AI, they would.
Yeah, I find it's so as an artist advocate
But I don't
and
think that's dirty.
I mean I do though. I'm just saying I do.
How's
I
it
find it too
dirty?
many because you're taking money, you're taking food out of the mouths of real artists, human
How?
artists. Because the algorithm can only push so much. And they're also creating
I think I
they're
think
also
we might.
hold on. They're also creating a standard that like how you were saying with the drum machine, like there's like a perfection that exists with AI that human artists may not be able to reach that level of perfection. New generations come in. I'm just
But
off the
that's
top of
not
my
what I'm talking. That's not what I said, and that's
no, but
not.
that's where I'm taking it. That's what I'm saying. Like
No, but you were
dirty.
using. But that's not where. Okay, listen. I was talking about timing. I wasn't talking about perfection, as in like the song or the production is perfect. I'm
Mm.
talking about a drum machine never loses time, never gets off the beat, not even by
Right,
a
right.
fraction of a second. So,
Humans do. Right.
right.
Also, AI can create music a lot faster. It's not competitive
Okay.
unless you're
But the
using.
question is, why is it dirty for a company to use a cheaper product for their service?
I just
That's
told
not
you I'm
dirty.
an artist advocate.
I know, but it's not dirty. Like
To
Spotify's
me,
not
it is.
dirty would be
Same way.
lying. I think lying and saying that it's a real artist and when it's AI, that would be dirty.
Well, they are. They are not. They're
But
lying by omission, right? Because this is just
well,
speculation, he said.
yeah, well, we're just speculating, so it's all alleged. But the
Right. So
point
they
that I'm trying to
are.
make is dirty is doing something like bad or excuse me. Dirty means doing something evil or something,
Do you think
and
insider trading is
and
dirty?
and y- yeah, because everybody doesn't
Okay.
have access to the information.
Right. I kind of liken this to that. Like they have access to a hell of a lot more technology. They have access to, they control the time that these releases come out. They control the
Spotify
algorithm.
does?
Yeah. What do you mean?
No, they
The
don't.
releases, the AI releases. I'm saying their own releases.
But anybody could do that.
Right. But
That's why it's not dirty.
not everybody has access to the server space that they have for to the,
Right. So if they want
the
to have a streaming
quality
platform that
control.
streams AI music, that is well within their rights to do. It's not
Okay.
dirty.
But keep in mind who owns Spotify too. It's the
I'm
same
just saying,
dirty
listen, I
people doing
understand
the
what you're
same dirty
saying, but it's
tricks.
not
Yeah.
dirty. It's just regular shit. Like if I'm making sandwiches and I find a new turkey slicer that slices turkey for like 1 cent less per slice, I'm gonna go with the new turkey
It's
slicer.
not the same thing though,
It
because
is the
this
same
is
thing.
no, it's not. It's different. It's more
It's
like
literally
it's
the same
no,
thing.
it's more like this. If you were if you were on at a sandwich making booth where there's like a bunch of sandwich makers and you're one of, you know, several, and then you happen to have daddy's inheritance and have a faster machine or something like that. I don't find that to be true competition. Sorry. I don't like that's not fair.
But
Like
your
it's like
analogy is
everybody
the
should have the
simplest.
same tools and it's like music. Like it's just not, I don't know.
Everybody does
I'm
have the
not
same
articulating
tool.
it the way that I want. No, they don't. We don't have the
Okay.
same tools as Spotify.
Because everybody's not Spotify.
Exactly. So what so they're entering an artist like these artists and I heard that there's way more, like there's so many of them. So they're entering these artists into a market of humans and they're not humans. They're bots and like there's bot fans, bot musicians, bot
Okay.
algorithms. I don't know. It's not the industry that I envision. I don't like it. I consider that to be
Spotify is not the industry. Spotify is Spotify.
Spotify. That's why I said consider who owns them. The labels own these streaming platforms now, so it is the industry.
Okay.
It's double dipping like fuck, and I find it to be in my mind it's dirty. Some people might just frown upon it, and some people might be like,
I don't
drama.
even see how it's
I'm
double
just
dipping.
telling you mine.
I know
You don't see how it's double dipping. How?
no. I'm
There's
what I'm finding is that you're using like phrases and language that don't apply. But I understand how you feel. Like, I know that you might think that it's unfair to artists
I
for
find it
Spotify to do
dirty
this,
though.
right? But I don't know where it's dirty because, again, if I'm a company and I can get my product cheaper, then that's literally what every company
Dirty
does.
is my opinion. I understand that what you're saying, but I don't consider all money to me is not good money. I've literally walked away from shit that many people would be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it."
Why
Because
are you
I just
changing
have
the
a different,
subject?
huh?
Why are you changing the subject?
I'm just saying I have a different standard of what I consider dirty
But
than
what
you
does that
do.
have to do with the
And that's not
conversation?
changing the subject.
Okay,
That's
we're not
exactly
talking about your standards, your personal standards. What I said
that's why I'm
is,
calling it dirty so we can get past that because you keep bringing it up. I'm telling you, that's why I call it dirty. It's double
because
dipping it's double
double
dipping.
dipping.
What?
Explain that. What's double dipping? How is it double dipping?
Okay, so they're getting their Spotify fees, which we know is just subscription and whatnot, and then they're getting streaming fees off of artists that they're creating with AI, and they're getting let me think, there's hella streams. Okay, so they're releasing artists into their own market, onto their own platform. Right there, that's double dipping. It just is. I'm not saying it's illegal or anything. I'm just saying it's some people, like I said, some
Yeah.
people might call it
I
consider.
think that, yeah, I don't think these terms necessarily apply, but that's me, and we can move on if you like. I mean, I get your frustration, and I understand that. I'm just trying to articulate it in a way that
It's just
kind of makes sense to me because, I mean, I'm not going to say they're like to me the way that it seems like if they find a cheaper product,
it's like running
and it's the
a
same
race
way
on
that,
your.
huh?
It's like home court advantage, right? Like that's not necessarily dirty, but there is an advantage there, right? In sports,
Advantage to who?
to the team playing on their home court.
But how does that apply to Spotify? Well,
Because
where's
they
the
are releasing music onto their
okay?
own.
Is Spotify the home team?
Yes,
Then
the
who's
but
the away
Spotify.
team?
What'd you say?
Then who is the away
All
team?
the other artists that are just literally being artists,
Other artists. Spotify's not an artist.
but they're creating music like they
But
are.
who's the away team?
Every other artist.
Okay, Spotify's not an artist.
Spotify
Spotify
is
is
an
a,
artist. What do you,
no,
okay.
Spotify is a streaming
I'm
platform.
talking about Spotify's artists that they're creating with AI and releasing with a full range of tools to promote and sell that artist.
Okay, so I think the question was how I'm all
It's like if
confused.
the label
Like,
son, if the president of Epic Records releases an album for his son, like that's gonna be preferential within the
how?
machine. You you've never because of nepotism,
Barry
because
Gordy
that's what
tried to do
happens.
that with
That's
Rockwell, and he
why.
had one hit and disappeared.
What'd you say?
Barry Gordy tried to do that with Rockwell. He had one hit and disappeared.
Okay.
I'm just
That's not a
saying,
robot. He probably had
but we
emotions and had to
but we have
sleep
a
and
but we
do
have a
drugs or
case study.
whatever. These are robots.
Okay, so if Spotify is the home team,
And they have
the
so
away team would have to be another streaming service. And any of these streaming services,
no,
they all
no,
can,
because I'm not speaking about Spotify as the streaming service.
okay,
I'm speaking of them
okay.
as a record label, as a producer of
But they're
music,
not
as
a
an
record
artist
label and a
manager.
producer, and they're not all
Okay.
those things.
That's what they're playing though. That's what they're doing by releasing music. Like, and how many bands are they
Okay,
releasing? Like,
no, that's not what they're doing by releasing music. They're
okay.
putting streams out.
We have
Like,
a
what are you
difference in
talking
opinion.
about?
I
it's
can bring
like,
somebody else in on the conversation to maybe explain it better, but I understand fully what I'm saying. So we might just disagree.
no, it's not that we disagree. It's the terminology that you're using doesn't apply.
To you.
No, at all. Like, I'm not trying
What?
to
What are you
like at
talking about?
all.
Okay, break it
Okay,
down.
so
Is
we're talking
Spotify
about the,
creating music?
okay, stop.
Is
Okay,
Spotify
this is
creating
the
music? Yes
problem.
or no? Let's try to get this straight. Is Spotify creating music?
Allegedly, they are creating AI music. Yes.
Okay, let's say that the
It's all,
allegedly.
this is all alleged. So none of this is
Okay,
like
so
factual.
is Spotify allegedly creating music?
Yes.
Okay, is that the role of a streaming platform?
What do you mean? Is that the role of a streaming platform?
Is that what streaming platforms are? Is that what Apple Music does? Is that what Tidal does? Is that what like a streaming platform? Is that what does
They
YouTube,
are they supposed to create the music?
right? Is that traditionally what a streaming platform is for?
No.
Okay, that's my point. That is my point right there. I can go on and go into more of what else they're doing,
So
which I find it double
so
dipping.
when Netflix makes movies, what do you call that?
Netflix doesn't make movies. Netflix
Yes, they
buys
do.
movies to release. It's a
Yeah. Apple
Netflix
makes
original.
movies. Netflix makes
Right.
movies.
So Spotify was
Paramount Plus
buying
makes
music.
movies.
Spotify was buying music from artists, human
So what I'm
artists.
asking is how is that different than when Netflix does
Because
it?
Netflix is paying the producers and the directors and the writers and like all that stuff when they buy
So if
the movie.
Netflix made their own AI generated movie,
I
then
would
that
be
would be dirty.
highly disappointed and I would find that
But you see what I'm saying? It's not dirty.
same thing. It is. especially if they're pushing it like this on this is we found a movie you would like, and people are, I don't think that you have to agree with me. It's just the way I feel as a
I
creator.
know, yeah, it's not that, but the thing is, I don't disagree with you,
Okay, you just don't
but
consider
I
it
just
dirty.
don't think that we're calling it what it's called, what it's supposed to be called. I don't think we're
It's
articulating
not
your.
clean business to me. I find it dirty business. Like I don't like it. That's what I
I
feel.
got you. All right, we don't have to go on with it. We can move on.
Okay,
I
I
just
got
like to
something
I
for
like
you.
to articulate things, so that I can, yeah, I that's how I understand them if
I mean,
they're
we can find a
articulated.
million other definitions for dirty. I'd still feel the same way.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, yeah. I don't know that I see it as dirty necessarily. For dirty would be like you have to there's an element of wishing something bad on somebody for it to be dirty.
well, don't say that they're not wishing that people.
Maximizing profits. I don't think they're trying to be dirty
I
to
mean, that's the
obviously
thing though. Like I could give you an
that's what
example, but
businesses
it'll be
do. They
off topic.
maximize profits. But it's okay. No, we can move on because there's all kinds
Okay.
of interesting other AI stuff.
Hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so
Are we listening
gallantly
to her singing? What's
streaming.
this?
Because it's not her.
I mean, it's not her. It's AI.
And the
How's it?
rockets red glare, the bombs.
So this is AI. Did someone sing it and they just put her voice over it? Or is this
The person who runs the site won't say which AI they're using. It's my understanding that it's the models are trained on these artists, and so you can put whatever you want in there. So she has songs with like Mariah and Whitney singing Butterfly, and she has song like Mariah singing um uh I used to be young by Miley Cyrus. I don't know, I'm just trying to remember.
so she's just
So
putting these artists' voice on other songs with
well,
AI.
not just that, they can sing whatever because she added two verses to this song. Um
Added two verses?
mhm.
I don't know what you mean added two verses. The
I
Star
mean,
Spangled Banner has more than one
it
verse.
has more than one verse. These are not I know I'm well aware of those verses. This is different. She added two at the end of what we traditionally hear at games and such. But listen to the accuracy
Okay,
of
I'm not
Mariah.
sure if you mean that she sang all the verses or she added two verses.
She added two
So
verses
these are
from
not because the Star Spangled Banner has
I
more than
know
one verse.
that. I
Okay,
know
I just want to
that.
be clear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just trying to make sure I understand what you're saying. So she wrote new material for the Star
Mhm.
Spangled Banner.
From
Okay.
yeah. So
But
but
if the AI is already singing the first verse, it's probably going to be able to do the second and third verse.
and fourth and fifth. Like she made it really long. But I don't remember how many verses. But listen, I want you to really listen to her riffs, like from her bravado to her fucking whistle. Sorry, her whistle to her whistle. Like it nailed Mariah. Like I know me from Mariah. We talked about this before. Like I'm just like, whoa. So listen for a sec.
Bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Yeah. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. On the shore dimly seen through the mist of the deep, where the foe's hardy host in dread silence reposes. What is that which the breeze or the towering steep, as it fitfully blows, half conceals, half discloses? it catches the gleam of the morning's first beam in full glory reflected now shines in the street. 'Tis the star-spangled banner, oh long may it wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
So anyway, it goes on from there. It's a long, really long version,
Yeah.
but
I feel like it sound okay. So the thing is, it sounds dead on Mariah. That's for damn sure. But I
mhm.
feel like I could tell that wasn't her singing it.
Hmm.
And I'm
I
gonna
mean, I
tell you,
probably could at the
I'm not
if
at,
I.
in no from the beginning because it was like she was doing the right inflections, but not at the right places. The
Hmm.
right runs, but not in the right spots.
I th-
As far as the Star Spangled Banner in particular is concerned, that song, there's a sort of a crescendo to it.
mhm.
And so you don't really run like that in the beginning. You
Well,
know what I'm
these
saying? Because you
divas do with
right.
their little hands and stuff. Like
Yeah,
some of
but
them
you
do.
know,
I mean, you saw Fergie's version,
yeah,
right?
again, I'm telling you what yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying like, I wouldn't be able to pick it out, and be like, oh, that's fake like that. But when I listened to it, I could tell little
But
things.
imagine if you're a rapper and you put Mariah on a hook, and she's just doing like a 4 bars or something like that. It'd probably come out.
Imagine, having Jay-Z, feature on your track.
Right, exactly. Yeah. The gentleman who was on the radio with us yesterday, he knows AI law as well. He said that that's probably not a valid fear for people, for artists, because you can sue still for that.
Yeah,
Like if you're profiting, you can sue for your name and likeness
yeah.
for now. For now, I mean, but we talked about that before too. Like AI is actually copying all of us. Like all of our voices are in the mix somewhere, even if it's a combination of them. So there's still gray areas, but for that in particular, that's pretty solid for now.
Yeah, I mean, we heard AI Tupac and Mike, so we know that, like, I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
that didn't break ground for me or anything, but
right.
it is, it's,
It's interesting, the
yeah,
cloning of the voices.
yeah.
It's only
We'll
we
see
have
where
only
and
so
how music
long.
goes from here. I get the feeling that there's going to be a shit ton of fake ass musicians thinking they bang with AI.
Well, what's a trip is that
There'll
the
be a
people
bunch
I
of
was
them.
reading the comments and there's like fan people that they appreciate this. And I would never buy an a Mariah album. I would just wait for her to drop one, or I'd listen to you know, one of the 10. She's already dropped 10 or more. And, but people appreciate it. And so prediction, my prediction would be that if this becomes something that's profitable, then Mariah's just going to be like, break me off something, like pay me too. Like you can continue selling it, but I'm getting this much of it. Like I don't think she would shut it down. Like a lot of these artists are just like, if you can't stop it, then get paid from it.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I got no idea how she is about her music
I
and
mean,
AI.
yeah, I'm just a guessing.
I got no idea. I don't
Yeah.
think Prince would have allowed it.
No, he wouldn't like, he doesn't
Yeah,
want that. He
yeah.
was clear
So,
about that. I think he actually put it in writing. Like there's now you can, because I look back at old contracts, artist contracts from the 90s, and it covers that. It covers artificial and it covers holographic and it covers like they own all that shit.
the
And from
artist does,
the 90s,
or the
the label does.
labels do. Yeah. Well, the labels knew it was coming before the artist did.
Way before. I mean, this is like we're talking. We still had VHS and Blockbuster and stuff. Like that's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
That makes me think of, since you said that,
It's yeah, I have so many mixed feelings. Like I don't I a part of me is like, well, if the artist is deceased, but then I'm like, no, that's even worse. But then if the artist's still living, it's worse. It's bad too.
The kids and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this person asked at Uncensored USA, how long have they been doing this? Wait until the end. What the? I hate when they say wait until the end,
I
but
know
anyway,
it's for the
this, I
algorithm.
know because you always wait till the end. There's nothing anyway, but
Right.
this is still a trip. So check this out.
Oh, Luis Guzman.
Okay.
That guy's got more character in his mustache than most actors have in their entire careers. He's the kind of actor who can make you laugh just by looking at him. Now, what do you want to know more about? His roles or his illustrious mustache?
Tell me about Luis Guzman in Spanish.
Oh, Luis Guzmán. Ese tipo tiene más carisma en su bigote que muchos actores en toda su carrera. Es el tipo de actor que te puede hacer reír solo con mirarlo. ¿Qué más quieres saber sobre él? ¿Sus papeles o su bigote ilustre?
What does he like to eat?
Well, one of the nights you should definitely try some comfort food. How about some good old mac and cheese or maybe a juicy burger? Now, tell me, what's your favorite comfort food?
A burger.
A burger? Oh, you've got taste. Nothing beats a well-made burger with all the fixings. Now, tell me, how do you like your burger cooked?
Now you can totally tell it's AI and all this stuff. You recognize
Yeah.
the actor Luis Guzman, right? You've seen
Mhm.
him in all kinds of stuff, and that's Howie Mandel standing next to
Yeah.
his hologram, who Luis Guzman is having a literal conversation with, as if he's talking to somebody one on one. And you could tell a little herky jerky, and you could tell it's a little AI-ish here, but eventually, this.
Well,
And
yeah,
the
that's the
other thing
thing.
is.
So,
Oh
go
yeah, the
ahead.
other thing is before we watch the rest of it, they say like the person who posted this says, "How long has this been going on?" And this is what I keep trying to explain to people. Also, this is what they're showing us.
Exactly.
They are
And don't forget
20,
when the
30,
Pope
40.
disappeared in front and nobody wants to address it.
Right. Wants to
Pope,
believe that that was maybe something like this that he was using.
right,
That's
right.
crazy, right?
So wild.
Medium rare.
Medium rare?
Yes.
You know how to live? That's the perfect way to enjoy a burger.
What?
Tell me, what's the best burger joint you've ever been to?
Man, the best burger joint I ever went to was on 60th Street in New York City between 2nd and 3rd Avenue, like 40 years ago.
Notice at this point he's having a conversation.
Yeah, uh-huh. Like
You know what I'm
he's
saying?
into
He's
it. Like
like
like it's the homie. Yeah, and the
giving
real
that.
dude standing right next to it. He could just talk to the real dude.
But to this day, I can still taste that burger.
Look at how he's looking at it like, my baby.
60th Street in NYC? That sounds like a burger paradise from the past. It's amazing how food can leave such a lasting impression. You've got to share more stories like this.
Holy shit.
This is live hollow flotation.
That looks really convincing. Wow. Look at the shadow.
I can be thousands of miles away. This doesn't have to be 20 feet away. I can beam you to a dozen
Oh,
places.
wait, what?
Here,
I'm
audience.
okay. I can't tell the real from the fake now, so it is what it is.
Yeah, well, this is
That's
not AI. Yeah, but this is the holographic technology where you can
holographic. Yeah.
be anywhere and give a presentation somewhere else,
Yeah.
or even at multiple places at the same time.
Our whole government could be this. They could be downstairs in the bunkers.
You know, you
Our
know.
holograms are just.
And with the AI stuff, you could be speaking English here, but you could be speaking French in France, or you could be speaking Japanese in Japan. So you can,
You got it.
with fans, you could do lectures and presentations and perform in whatever language to whoever in it's just.
Yeah, it's crazy. So what is also equally crazy is that I would say maybe 2015-ish, 2015-ish, I was working with Pulse, which is the company, excuse me, that created that Tupac hologram for when he was on at Coachella. And we were meeting at PlayStation talking about this very thing. They didn't call them holograms, they called them digital humans. Um, and we were having meetings and there were all of these ideas like, well, Elvis could come perform at someone's Sweet 16. Well, Justin Bieber could show up at wherever, and like all of these things. And it seems like the fruitioning is in full effect. It's a trip. Like I started feeling morally like I was torn, but I was like, I don't know. I think we should let Marilyn rest. And then people started buying like there was estates that were buying the likeness and or maintaining their rights and expanding on them and stuff for this to come into, Amy Winehouse and like all this stuff. And I don't know. I was like, just don't do Prince, y'all. I'm out. Like, but
Yeah,
PlayStation was more interested in doing that type of stuff for like Call of Duty and using that technology for like very realistic gameplay.
it's a trip. I mean, if you can do that, you could literally give one lecture in 12 different places in 12 different languages.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Um,
Where are they using it? Like now you can't, I mean, like you can't even watch the news no more and not think that that could be it. Like
and
any
see,
kind
this
of
is
news program.
right. Why would you even have talking heads that are
Now this
humans?
is
Like,
what
there's no
now
reason.
imagine if the television station started doing this instead.
Right.
Is that's not dirty?
Okay, if the television, first of all, the television
If
stations
instead of
are
the
dirty
anchor that
already,
introduces
inherently
the
dirty.
news and they just did AI instead, that's
Do I
not
care if
dirty.
they're taking money from Don Lemon? I honestly, because it's just like a personal thing. I'm like, I mean,
Yeah, but they're
you
not
ate long
taking
enough.
money from anybody.
Yes, if they're using AI talking heads and he doesn't have a job
They're
anymore,
not
that's AI.
spending money, but they're not taking money.
What do you? No, I'm saying if
Right. If
these
they
holograms
used AI
replace,
instead of Don Lemon's big head ass, right?
yeah.
They would not be taking anything from Don Lemon.
Well, what would
They
he
would
be
be
getting paid off?
spending they would be spending less money.
But how is he getting paid then?
You got to find another job.
See, that's the thing is he's getting fired by replaced by a bot. That
Okay.
is
But what I'm saying
so
is
with
that's
music,
not
it
dirty
bothers
if
me.
a
With
company
Don
does
Lemon, it
that.
doesn't. It's all personal though.
No,
So
I know, but I'm saying it's not dirty if a company does that. It's just it's
it's
companies are
just
supposed
business.
to.
It's just
Yeah,
business. I get it.
yeah.
I don't like that shit. I want it changed. That's my thing.
But
Like
the
I
thing is,
want to
it's like
change
so
the
weird to say, well,
model.
you need to pay people.
Well,
Like,
okay.
like who has the right to tell you that?
The
You have to have people.
capitalism. It's like we
No.
all have to survive in this fuck shit.
Okay.
Like,
Again, that's like the weirdest. Like, this is you can't hire
okay, let me
robots.
ask you this.
Like, what are you
So
talking
you
about?
feel that everybody, including like Gen A, like even the younger people, they should all be prepared to have their job replaced by AI and just get up and go and find themselves another job when they're
Yes,
replaced.
absolutely.
And nobody should feel like that's
Life is not
unbalanced.
fair.
Nobody said anything about fair. I said
Yeah,
unbalanced.
life is not balanced.
So, okay, so if all the jobs are taken by AI, right? What's the implication as far as our government's
Okay,
concerned? What's the
it's
implication?
like I mean I don't really want to get too deep into this, but
Hmm.
that is what some of the conspiracies are about, depopulating humans and replacing them with robots.
Right.
So then what are you talking about? You
Okay.
know
So
this
then,
stuff.
yeah, no, you answered the question. So I can still feel a
Yeah.
certain way about that.
But
I
you
don't
know
like
this
that
stuff,
shit.
right? You know.
Huh?
But you already
Right.
know
I
this stuff.
do. But I also have seen beyond that, and they definitely don't want to just live with robots. They're gonna like we are very
No, but they
creative,
want a
entertaining
small
toys,
manageable class of people, but that's about it.
right? Enough that fit downstairs or whatever.
You don't have to do the stuff, there's some stuff,
Well,
the machines have to be oiled.
those people are out of, I know,
You know what I'm
right? Well,
saying?
nah, that a machine can oil a machine easy.
I know. They're gonna work it out. You know, the utopian idea is that would allow humans to pursue art and science
Right,
and
right.
creativity and higher
There's a
levels of
great,
consciousness
mhm.
and those sorts of things if if human beings
Well, are you calling them humans?
recognize
Mm.
what's happening and adjust themselves accordingly. But if not, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, AI is coming for everybody's job. Exactly. One
Everybody's
of the
job.
reasons that I started this particular business is so that I could have some sort of a likeness that
Mhm.
I could sue for. Like, you can just take my shit.
Right. Well, how are you protecting that?
Well,
Share.
listen, I'm not that big yet, but
No,
trust
but
me, that's the goal, huh?
those companies like, for instance, once upon other lifetime, I was a model. I was modeling, and I had LeahHarmony.com, and then I let it go because I was too smart to model. And no, I'm just kidding. But I let it go, and then immediately a company bought up LeahHarmony.com. So I was like, why would you do that? And so fast forward to, like, 5 years ago when I wanted to use it again for writing, they wanted to charge me 10 grand for it. And I was like, you're not charging me 10 grand for
You
my
made a
own
bad
video.
business decision.
Huh?
You made a bad business
What, to
decision.
just let it go, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm saying, like, you might want to protect your likeness now before it gets to that point. That was
Protect. I didn't let any of my shit go. I wouldn't let any of my
no,
shit
I'm
go.
saying right now we don't know what, like, do you read all the terms and conditions of using Zoom? Like Zoom's terms and
Oh, I
conditions.
see what you're saying. Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's not what I mean. But don't worry about it. We're not. I don't want to get into that either.
Okay. Well, that's what I was referring to because they're pretty tricky with that, with the, everything you
Yeah.
do here grants me your soul and your firstborn.
I know, right?
Like,
You're
you could
not
take my
wrong.
second. You could take my
Yeah,
second. I'm
you're
keeping
not
my
wrong.
first. Right.
But yeah, they're not understanding that the world is changing.
That's what, okay. So then can we speak on that for just a second? Um, it's not that they're not understanding as much as they are not being prepared or taught in our learning institutions, I would feel.
Literally
I
the
feel
same
like.
thing.
Huh?
Literally the same thing.
Okay. What did I say? That's the same thing as you're saying, or I just repeated, I just
You just said what I
redundant.
said in a
Okay.
different way, but it literally means the same thing.
Okay, so yeah, but so don't you think it's the responsibility of the leadership
No, stop. Oh my God.
to put it
You
in
make me
schools
so
at least?
mad trying to tell people what to do all the time.
No,
I
I'm
don't know
saying,
whose
well, we pay
responsibility it is.
them. We
Huh?
pay them. We pay the government. What? I just don't feel content to leave an entire
Right.
all these
See,
generations
every time
behind,
you want me
old
to
people
work
behind.
within
I
a
love my
system
mom.
that I don't agree with and I don't think works, like it's frustrating.
Every time what? That I say,
You want to pull me back into a system that I'm trying to get out of.
you do the same fucking thing. Like
How
that's
so?
what I'm saying. Like just because I want to, like, I think certain things are dirty and I want to change that about the system or change it completely or burn it down. Like that's how I feel. But you fight for that system in the same way.
No, I'm
Like I'm
not
not.
fighting for anything. What do you mean I'm not fighting for no systems?
I mean, you're fighting to
My
justify
whole
their
thing,
actions.
I'm not trying to justify nothing.
Well,
I'm
that's what it sounds
explaining.
like. So if that's not
No,
what you're
that's
trying
not
to
what it
do,
sounds
then
like. It sounds like me
yes, it
trying to get
does.
you to articulate your point in a way that's
I,
commensurate that makes sense with
it
everything
didn't
else.
change though. I still said it the same way because I still feel
I
the same
know,
way.
but it
You just
still
didn't
doesn't
like
make
the way I
sense.
felt because you felt
No,
like their
it's
way
not
was
that. No, it's because your analogy doesn't make sense. When you say that,
you.
no, I'm telling you, literally, it doesn't make sense. When you tell me that Spotify has home field advantage, that means there's an away team, and the away team has to be
I
another
told you who it is.
Spotify. But when we move
Not
on
if
to
Spotify is not playing Spotify anymore. Spotify is not playing Spotify. Spotify is playing artists.
that's why
Spotify is playing label.
but you're not
Spotify is
listening.
playing.
You're not listening.
You're
It's
not
the same
listening. You're
thing that
like, I don't
Netflix does
understand
when
why
they
it's
make
so hard for you
movies.
to understand me sometimes.
Because it's
It's
literally the
so
same
clear to
thing.
me.
It's the same thing that Netflix does when they make movies, but you don't say that
But I
that's
offered to bring somebody else in maybe to see if they
bring him
understood.
in, bring him in. But I'm just saying it's the same. Like, why is it okay that the movie streamers do it, but not the radio streamers?
Explained to you. I explained to you. Explained to you that because this is my moral compass says that you don't go that way because it makes artists not eat. But the way because with the way Netflix is doing it, they are buying fully produced and created movies. That's what
No,
they're
they're
doing.
not. They're making
And so
movies.
yes, they freaking are. That's exactly
Okay,
what they're doing. They don't create in-house
they don't,
or
but they
they
don't
do.
produce anything.
No, they buy
They're not
them.
producers on them.
No, I mean, I
So
will say
people are
this.
going out and spending $30 million on a movie, hoping Netflix will buy it.
Absolutely, because Netflix is
No,
buying
that's not how.
everything.
Yeah, that's not how things
Yes.
work, sweetheart. No, it's
Oh
not
my
how things
God.
work.
You're going to tell me
Yeah,
Netflix is literally going, they are buying fully
yes,
created
yes.
film.
I
Yes.
got you. I believe that.
Okay. And
I
some of the
believe that
stuff,
that's true.
okay.
I'm not
And they
saying that's
call it a
wrong.
Netflix original production. That's in the contract. Same with Amazon.
Okay.
That's what they
But
do.
what I'm saying is that these people have contracts with Netflix before they start making movies. Otherwise,
Some
it
people
would
are
be
commissioned to create movies, correct. However, that still is paying the people. My problem is that Spotify
But
is
they're
creating
bypassing all the movie studios, all the movie theaters,
other.
all the everything else. They're
Well,
bypassing the dude that gets to serve you your popcorn.
the reason why Leia doesn't care so much about the big movie studios is because the people are still getting paid. So
I'm
you
not
understand my
asking.
stance. It
The
always is
point
going
is
to come
not
down to the people
whether
because
you
I
care.
care.
Okay, the point is not whether or not you care.
My point is that.
Okay, but I listen. I understand that you care.
Okay, cool.
That's not even
Um, right.
that's never been the issue. But
Okay.
okay,
I understand business. It needs to change.
what I'm saying is what Netflix does by commissioning people to make movies outside of the studio and giving them directly to the streaming platform is this literally the same thing as if Spotify did AI or whatever music and put it on their platform. It's
What
literally the same
artist is
thing.
Spotify paying by creating music with AI?
Okay, so if Netflix did that with AI, it would be the same thing.
It
But
would be
AI
the
is
same
not to the
thing.
point
I
where they're
think that would
making
be
movies yet.
pretty
But
foul.
when
Yeah.
AI is to the point where it's making
I'm not
movies,
gonna like that
Netflix
either.
will be doing
I
that.
won't like it either. That's foul. You guys need to just all sit down somewhere and let people take over these industries. That's my personal opinion. You can
I get
hate
it.
it. That's
No,
fine. I don't
I'm
mind
not.
you.
Listen, I'm not. I understand your opinion, but you're not articulating your opinion in a way that makes sense. You just saying like,
I
it's
don't
like when I
understand
compare
why that.
when I try to get you to compare apples and apples, you jump all over the place. So like apples and apples are two streaming platforms. That's when you say home base, I mean home team. So when you say home team, what it means is that there are other teams that you're comparing it to. So
Aaron,
when you say home
Aaron,
field advantage, it means that another whatever that is comes into your arena to play the game. So
absolutely
there's
correct.
no
But they're not playing the same game anymore. They have many other.
has nothing to do with what I said.
Aaron, if I'm coming to your platform competing, not even competing, I'm utilizing your service, and you therefore look at what I'm providing, the service I'm providing, and you recreate that and put it out on your very own platform, that is dirty to me. You're not providing the service that I signed up for.
You just jump like that doesn't even make any sense.
No, I'm not jumping. You're wrong
You
about
just
that.
jumped all over the place.
That's not
Okay,
right.
well, say that again.
We just disagree.
Explain that again, because but I'm just
But
I don't disagree with you is the problem, but you're not saying
okay,
what you're trying to say.
if I sign up, if I okay, if I if we're having a picnic,
Mhm.
that's all that we're doing, and I'm bringing the sandwiches, and you're bringing the potato salad,
Mhm.
and then we sit down, and you start making hella sandwiches, and like there has to be a goal. The goal is that people come to us to eat our food or whatever. You start making sandwiches. When I signed up, you were just making potato salad. Now you're looking at what I'm doing. You're taking what I'm doing and you're putting it out on on the picnic platform that we agreed was going to be, you were bringing something, I was bringing something. It was puff, puff, pass. Now you're puffing, 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 passing, passing. You're bypassing me, like what I came to do. You're going over me and handing out sandwiches when I was under the impression that I was bringing sandwiches and you were bringing potato salad. Now it's all crazy because you're bringing what I'm bringing. You're taking what I was receiving. You're all type of stuff.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I just don't know how that's analogous to what we're talking about. Who's the picnic?
Spotify.
Who's the sandwich
Picnic
maker?
is
Who's the potato salad maker? Like, I don't understand how it
Spotify
translates.
is a service. It's a service provider.
So Spotify is the picnic?
Spotify is the potato salad provider.
Spotify is the potato salad provider.
Mhm.
Okay. So then who is the sandwich provider?
The artist. The artist.
No.
Oh
If
my,
Spotify is making the
my
food, then
Spotify's only making that service. That's their service. What I'm bringing to the
okay.
table is my
So is
music.
Spotify serving the food or making the food?
Spotify's this is a very quick on the
But you
fly
see
and
what I'm saying? Like
but
your
yeah,
how your
no,
analogy
listen, yes,
doesn't.
I can answer your question. We're both serving the food.
Okay. So what's the service
The
if you're both
service is
serving the food?
potato salad.
You see what I'm saying? Like I'm
Potato
trying. I
salad.
understand that it doesn't make. I
It's
understand
just
how
that
you feel
Spotify, I
about
know it's really on the fly, but Spotify has now started making sandwiches too. When I
it.
was the one responsible for sandwiches and you were responsible for potato salad. I
But
am not
Spotify
gonna,
sells food.
Spotify sells potato salad.
No, Spotify sells
No,
food.
Spotify sells potato salad in my
They
house.
didn't just
Like this
change their
is,
whole thing to start selling something new.
but they
They
stream
still
music. They stream music.
right. They sell food.
Right. That's potato salad. That's the
No.
platform.
Okay.
And that's why I bring my,
Stop. If they stream music, they stream music, right? They sell food.
I get what you're
They don't
saying,
sell
but
only lettuce,
yeah, I know,
only
but like,
classical
but
music,
if you,
or only
okay,
jazz
it's
music,
the
right?
same thing with like, it's that's why I called it the home court advantage, but like it's the billionaire advantage. It's it's the whole
Okay.
it's our
But see,
system.
I know these things are not applying to what you're talking about. They are words that we
Yes,
use a
they
lot
are.
to
Yes,
no, they
they
don't.
are, bro.
They,
Listen, Spotify has a full-on advantage. Of course they do to stream their own music that they're creating with their own bots that your average person isn't going to have the wherewithal nor the access to. And then they're streaming it out. They're putting you in direct competition with real human people that are busting their ass to deliver music. This is a moral thing. This is not a business thing. I understand the business side of it. I find it dirty. I don't like it.
yeah, I'm not saying it's not dirty. I'm just saying that that's not the dirty part.
What's the dirty part? That the
Dirty
labels
part is
own
bad contracts,
not paying artists
sexual
shit like
favors
the
for artists, and stuff. That's the dirty shit.
I mean,
Companies trying to make
Spotify
more
pays
money.
dirty too. They pay artists dirty.
Again, that might be dirty too. You get like something like 0.0007 cents per stream and shit like that. So like I could call all that dirty, but
Mhm.
trying to make more money and capitalize on your investment, I don't call that dirty.
I don't know. I think
I hear
it
you,
muddies the
but
water
I
of
totally
the
agree with
music
you.
landscape too.
I totally agree with you that now there are going to be more artists that don't get paid. I understand what you're saying about all of that. I'm totally with you, but I still think that Spotify is well within their rights, as any sort of business would, to find a cheaper product and sell it. I
Right.
don't think that that's
Right.
bad.
I understand. I have an example that
I
is
understand that I understand the repercussions of doing that,
right.
but
Imagine, can you
also I
imagine?
understand that the consumer is sovereign to some degree, and if that's what they choose, if that's what they want,
They're
then
faking
hey,
consumers too, though, which I find dirty. They're manipulating people by making something appear
that's a different
popular
subject.
and huh?
That's a different subject. Now
And
we're
it's
moving on.
bots making money for bot. It's
I
just
know
weird.
you love
But
that bot word, but I don't know
well,
that,
what
huh?
do you call them? I mean, these are teams of bots that are buying music, so it makes it look like music is selling. And
Yeah,
that's,
yeah. You know,
you know,
I think probably everybody does that though.
not everybody, but the people that have the
Well,
means
let
to
me
do
say
it,
not
they do.
everybody. I don't mean like
And
everybody
that's the
does that, but I
thing.
think that that's probably something that happens far more frequently in the music industry than anyone even thinks. Even from
Right.
artists that don't have any. Even with this show, I'm probably gonna have to buy streams.
Right. And that's the thing is, well, think about it. Like if you had $1 billion in comparison to $20 or whatever, like of course it is an advantage. And I understand the competitiveness in business, but I also think about the art in it and the creation in it. And I just have a whole lot of like tug of wars inside of me. But I will say this. Can you imagine a music industry where we have the means that Spotify does? And this is just like a
Who's
what the
we?
fuck moment. We the people, like
No,
we
I
the
can't.
artists, like the
I
independent
listen,
artists.
hold on,
I'll just
hold on,
say
hold on, hold on,
independent
hold on.
artists.
I never do understand that when you talk about that because I don't understand how we the people can own anything. I don't get that.
I didn't, well, I'm not even talking about ownership.
I know, but
Okay.
you said if we owned Spotify,
Mm-mm,
and
I'm not
before
saying
you
that.
said if
I said that's what I said, that's not what I meant. What I mean
okay,
is if we have the same AI access and to create this AI music, and I'm talking about all of us, all of these creators, and this is just a kind of just a what if moment, but imagine if we're all creating AI music and we're all putting it on Spotify like what they're doing, and then that's all that exists on any stream. Oh, I think that it would just be so awful. Like I just can't even imagine. And I do not want that for music. I don't want that for the industry. I don't want that for the artists. Like it's just they're playing a game that not everybody could logically play and make and have an industry still.
Well, they've been warning us for a long time that AI is coming for all the jobs. They've been telling us to get prepared, to start doing this. They're telling you now, learn how to fix a toilet, learn how to do some manual labor jobs that the
That
AI
shit's
can't
gonna, I
do.
have a
Let
video
me
right
finish my
now. That shit is gonna
sentence.
be
Let me
gone.
finish my sentence. That the AI can't do just yet, you know. So if you want to do listen, the information is out there. You know, it is what it is. I'm trying to, I can't like
I just
it
feel
is
like
what
not
it
for
is.
babies, like not for kindergartners, not for it's
What's not freaking what do you mean?
this information, like if they're starting school in, I don't know, Deep East Oakland or whatever, and
Kids
they're
that are
just going
born
through,
today will never know a world without AI.
well, they
It's,
won't know a world. Yeah, they're born digital, but they only have certain access. It's the same old story.
what do
It's
you mean
like
certain access?
they're like as a private school in Berkeley is not gonna
Maybe, maybe not.
no, well,
I
that's
don't know in 20
well
years
right
how how
now.
the
In
cost of things
China,
is going to
well,
be with the
We're not doing
introduction
what
of
China's
AI.
doing with their kids in the
Yeah,
US.
but that has more to do with with social structure.
Well, no, they're teaching them AI from kindergarten, like AI
Right. Because of
programming.
their
Yeah.
social structure. It's a whole different thing. Anyway, yeah,
I
I
mean, they're
know.
gonna have an advantage though, right? Like that's
I
crazy.
don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't like to do predictions like that. I don't know. I don't know. But as far as Americans, like people within the sound of my voice, this is
Mhm.
coming and you got to do what you can to prepare for it. And that's the best you can do. AI is already making music. They're going to be making movies. They're going to be doing these things. So all y'all in the hood talk about, I want to be a rapper. You need to start rethinking it because shit's changing. That's what's happening.
That's
That's
good
what it
advice.
is.
What advice would you give like a 78-year-old woman who still has to do some freelance work, otherwise she loses her Medicaid and everything's gone digital? What advice would you give her? Just wondering.
I don't think she exists.
My mother is that exactly.
Yeah, if she's 78, then
She
she's
she
grown with
cries
this.
over digital.
I know. Right. Well, again, she's grown with this. I can't do nothing about the world is what it is. Like
Okay, I'm
handle your
so with that.
business
So
or
that's the
don't.
advice you'd give her?
Yeah, the world is what it is. You gotta get it or don't or stop.
So no more medical care for her then, because her brain can't do the digital thing. Like she's not able
I
to.
don't know
And it
listen, I
takes
don't
so
know all the
long.
intricacies about every detail about everything.
Oh, I'm giving you
You're
a real life
posing, I know
story.
you're posing me a hypothetical
That's
question.
not hypothetical. It's not
With
hypothetical, actually.
Yeah,
And
you're posing
coincidentally,
okay, I'm not talking about your mama.
I am.
You're posing me a hypothetical question
Mhm. I
with
just was
very few
wondering.
details. So I don't know.
Okay.
You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
you
I
gave
don't
advice to
know.
the rapper, so I was wondering the elderly
I didn't
lady.
give advice to rappers. I gave advice to anybody within the sound of my voice.
I know, but you also
These
said
changes are
to all
happening.
you rappers in the hood. That's what you
I
said.
didn't give advice. I said, look, you better start rethinking your shit. I'm not giving you advice.
Okay, don't
That's
be
the
mad.
real
I just asked
deal.
if you had advice for a 78-year-old woman
I don't
as
have advice
well.
for
Everybody's
nobody.
situation is different.
I don't have advice for nobody.
Okay.
I'm not that guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Okay.
not telling nobody what to do. But every indication around you is letting you know this is on the horizon. So if you don't figure out what you got to do to get prepared for it, what can I do? There's no
So I have some
blanket
advice
advice to
then.
give people. There's no
Well, I do.
fix all for everybody.
I have some ideas. So I will say
Okay,
this
we'll worry about that
for
next time
people.
because we are almost out of time. I know you're not paying attention.
Okay. All right. Oh, you just had to throw a jab, huh? You can't just be cool. Just
No,
get it.
it's not. All
Yeah.
right.
All right.
Well,
Well, talk to
I'll
you
holler at you
manana.
tomorrow.
All right. Funny, funny. Okay, cool. So let's start then. You
All
say,
right.
hola, what's cracking? What you got on deck? Sorry. That's
I've been trying to end it for like the last
wild.
7 minutes, but you know what I'm saying?
You know who else is trying to end it? That part.